Hi, everyone. This is Jackie G. I wanted to bring you the recognition special edition today because I could tell you that my biggest passion of direct sales was recognition. It was literally a part-time job, as it was when I owned every other company that I started from scratch. Everything I owned, I built everything around recognition, from the clients to my staff or my consultants to my managers in my businesses to my district indirect sales. I believe in recognition in my sleep. So I believe that's the value that makes direct sales very different today than every other business. I also know companies can't afford to give recognition like they used to. I see that. I'm an employee of Jeffrey, but that's changed even for me as an employee, from recognition to birthdays to celebrations. So you, my beautiful friends, have an opportunity to hit reset. This is a season of time that you want to do all different ways of recognition. I don't mean do what you've always done. It's time to shake it up, change it up, and think outside the box. So I want to kick that off with the truth from the top gurus in the world. And these are some of their quotes, okay? From Dr. Bob Nelson, bestseller, author, motivational speaker. An employee's motivation, or your team in direct sales, is a direct result of the sum of interactions they have with you. What does that mean? Even if you call and say, oh my gosh, I just want to say thank you for your order, doing a video or a voicemail, the voice and the view of you have 80% more effectiveness than actually typing a text or sending an email, okay? So going live on your social media and doing recognition, making a reel and showing signs with your team's name and make it public. Any kind of recognition matters. Making your own Zoom backgrounds, which you can do in Canva for free, with their name, with VIP, with a JDU graduate on it. So again, I'm going to say, really rethink that. Your number one goal is to find something great about your team, your members, your clients, your leaders all the time, okay? I literally had my Thursdays for report and recognition day 4 hours. That was my clients, my consultants, my leaders. So I can only speak that I know it works on this behalf. My mailing day, oh my gosh, it took me the other 8-hour day to mail my recognition every month. 8 hours with a helper. I had to pay someone to come help me. So I mailed 98 gift bags a month, okay? So reason I'm saying it, it was my number one priority. So this hits my heart like no tomorrow. So I want you to be a master at celebration. I loved my job. And do you know people wanted to be a leader because they were attracted to the fun I had giving recognition, okay? So when you walked in my training center, and I had a training center, my walls were filled. And my entire basement was filled. I had all my leaders in a portrait on the wall. I took them to a photography studio. They had their portrait done with their name plaque. It was very serious. It was so cool. I had my future stars. They had a star in their picture of a future leader. When I left my basement, because I outgrew it, I carried them on tag boards, okay? Take that to social media, much easier. But you do both because people are all over the nation, and they were back then too. So I want you to really think about recognition is daily. So the more they hear your voice, see you, even if you're not talking to them, you're in their home. My number one priority is how many homes are you in today? And I don't care which way you're doing it. Home could be their phone. Home could be their voicemail. Home could be their email. But it's really the truth. So let's go to a couple more, okay? When you think of Forbes, Forbes really did a great survey. They talked about the Forbes list of why employees quit. A large majority of people quit and leave their job sites because they didn't have enough interaction. They didn't hear from their leader, okay? I've worked under many leaders, let me tell you. True statement. It makes me disrespect them. So, and I don't even know it. It's just how I feel about them because I don't know them, okay? Or they don't know me. That's at the end of the day. Dale Carnegie, leadership guru. People work for money, but they go the extra mile for recognition, praise, and rewards. Doesn't matter how big or how small. They also love team spirit. From Robert McNamara, he was the former American Secretary of Defense. Brains like hearts go where they're appreciated. So they'll stay with you long term. Don't just always recognize those who do. Find something to recognize or just say thank you every quarter, okay, every season. So here's another quote. Entrepreneur.com recently released infographic all about why employees quit their jobs. 82% of employees polled reported they didn't receive enough recognition. OMG, these are top companies. So I love this from Mary Kay Ash. I can't even believe it. This is kind of funny. I wouldn't normally put this here, but because it was someone in direct sales, I did, and we all know her. There are two things people want more than sex and money, not my quote, recognition and praise. That's from Mary Kay Ash from Mary Kay Cosmetics. She built her whole company on that. Look at the pink car. She was way before her time. What we do repeatedly becomes a habit. And if you are a participant of recognition and rewards program with your people, other people will want to get like you or be a part of your team. That's a sponsoring culture that we talked about in step one. Believe it or not, loving on people matters. So I hope today I hit your heart. You have a new season. July through December, I used to redo my recognition every 6 months. You can redo it every quarter if you want, but you got to stay consistent and you got to have a plan. So what a great time during 4th of July to take a day and just rest and recover from the first 6 months and think about how you can renew and redo or launch your recognition from clients, consultants, and leaders. And I even did hostesses, because I always loved repeat hostesses. So I even had a recognition program just for hostesses. So let's talk recognition. You must have a report and recognition day every week, or do a little bit each morning. Some of you like a day. I'm a day planner. Some of you like, I'll do a 15 minutes a day. I don't care. Okay, go through your clients, go through your consultants, your leaders, and think about it. It's got to be consistent, just like posting on social media. You need tracking systems for it. What am I tracking to? If you don't know, you're just going to go look in and I don't know, you'll miss things. Who are you recognizing? How are you recognizing? Are you doing all ways from mail, email, texting, Facebook, social media, phone calls, all the widgets and gadgets, messenger videos, WhatsApp videos, doing it in front of people? So again, in person. Then where are you doing it? So you got to know where, how, what, and who. And then when. So again, for me, it was every Thursday and I launched it every Monday. I did personal calls, and then Monday was my big, kickoff of the week, like we do with our rankings, number of orders, blah, 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 blah. You want to catch them while they're doing it. If you do everything at the end of the month, you have lost the entire control of it. So if you're doing it either daily or weekly or Tuesdays and Thursdays, whatever you do, here's what's going to happen. You're going to say, oh my gosh, congratulations, you're already at 300 retail. Did you know with 100 more, you make our newsletter, you'll earn our first level of a gift from me and or our honor scroll, whatever you do, or you enter our drawing, but you're also going to get a better shopping deal. So let me talk to you about that. So it's leading with congratulations, thank yous, blah, blah, blah. Maybe you have a punch card for your clients. I don't know. But what is it you're going to do to really, again, catch them while it's happening? You can do tracking with your leaders. So again, knowing what their goals are, team sales, personal. Again, how many of them are achieving their goals? How many new team members? If we don't have recognition, what are we training them to? You want to know what you're going to recognize. That's your goal and expectations. Have team goals and then their personal goals. And then what do? You also then celebrate when they achieve their goal, right? So as you know their goals, then that's what you got to train them to do. If I have recognition to get to $2,000, but I don't train them how to do it, what for? If I have recognition for sponsoring and no one's in there, it's because you're not training them to sponsor. You have to train and coach and communicate what you're recognizing. And some people just go, well, I put it in there and no one's in there, so I'm going to take it out. You never take it out. And you always put your own name in recognition. So this is just a tool that we made from Jafra for you. again, what do? You could do this with every single leader and future leader the first day of the month. So get this, day one's the business meeting. Day two, you don't have a meeting with us. That would be your coaching and planning day with your leaders and consultants, the builders and the accelerators. And then on day three, you have the leader meeting. And now we review, how are we going to get this? We're going to do workshops on what Jaffa showed us, what we've got, but how do we get it? Okay. We don't want to do a lot of recording information. You're going to have the information on day one. Day three, we're going to brainstorm and go into breakout rooms how to do it. Okay. So here we have it. You could take their 2022, you could take their past months of 2023, take a look at it, and then set their goals for the new month. Then again, you're tracking it month after month. You make a sheet for each month and you're watching what was their goal and what did they do, from team to personal to sponsoring. You want to have a tracking form and watch them. Many of you are really good at this, okay? So, but some of us haven't gotten around to it yet, or we're with new leaders. So you want to break it down. Then every week when you coach them, it's their goals and you're breaking down, how are you tracking to the goal? What do we have left to do? And how do we get it this week? Personal, branch, and district. And you just check in maybe on a Thursday, plan on a Monday or Tuesday, check in on a Thursday, Friday, make sure they're going to achieve their goal. And then you celebrate each week. So weekly wins to monthly accomplishments. So when it comes to recognition, the goal is to have goals, knowing team goals, just like we do in the region. We started the meeting today with our goals. You always see our same goals, and then you see us tracking it. And how are we faring against other teams? Okay, maybe you're having our team goals for sales, our number of orders goals, our number of QNCs goals. That's a central branch. You would do it with your district as well. And then you say, we're going to have team celebration, gift bag drawings for each goal we achieve. That's what Jackie and I do. We give you all 4 goals. And when we achieve it, we put the leaders who won. We do random.org. And those who helped us or placed orders or sponsored go into the drawing. If we don't achieve our goals, we don't do it. People work harder for a cause and a campaign as well, but they need the team spirit. So you could go live at the beginning of the month, show them the goals, tell them how they did, celebrate last month like Jackie and I do in our leader meetings, okay? You can do it far better. We're corporate. You have a lot more fun than we do. And we, again, only get so many numbers that we can track and measure. So again, then you can do a big shout out. So this is Jackie, something that she did when she was with Posh. And she did, like, her team was called Showstopper. So she did a big shout out. She did tons of amazing positive energy. They did, who had the major promotion? Great. They had 1 new premiere. They had 12 months of award, 12 people who earned the monthly awards. They have 25 new showstoppers. They have an insane momentum. And she shared their retail sales that their team did, pampering people that month. So this was her way to show the results, okay? So they did top highlights, and then later you'll see some of her picture boards to do the shout outs, okay? But a quick summary, like we do, what we have, the 4 things for the region, same thing, okay? So that's what the team names. So again, are you showing goals and results? Then it goes to another category. So you can do the overall month. We can talk a little bit about weekly, and then you can do green by 19. Many of you do what we do in the region and started mimicking that, or you've done it all your life. Great for you. I always did too. It's why I stayed here. Green by 15, some of you do, but have it for your clients, your hostesses, even your branch and your leaders. Remember, you serve 4 different groups of people. Okay. You could even do something fun with your leads if you want to. So I'm just going to take you through. This newsletter is housed all the time in the leaders group. It's in WhatsApp for the leaders guide, guide number now 3. So these are things, this is just a list. This isn't pretty. This isn't something I would do today. It'd be a whole lot prettier in Canva or Adobe. But again, starting with the news of the month, okay? So you have your team name, you have the month, and you always have your picture. You have your team goals and results, right? For the previous month. So what happened, okay? So, but put everything. Did we have any new leaders? Sometimes we're like, oh, I don't even put new leaders in there. Okay, well then you don't intend to get it. Whatever you put in there is what you're expecting and training to. So it's everything. Number of new consultants, the sales, how many achieved, their goal, got a gift, new promotions, right? So again, then you do a drawing when you achieve a goal, and you can go buy tickets. You could do a monthly drawing from everybody, a ticket for every $100 of your retail, 5 tickets for 400, 10 tickets for a QNC or someone you referred to me who joins the business, okay? So you could do that standard every month, again, in your team. Then you set your goals for the next month. Number of sales, number of orders, new consultants, and new managers. If you don't do everything on the table, you won't get it, okay? And you could, again, in here, early birds. So here's your green by 19. You could do the winners. Here's your welcome new managers. Even if no one's there, you put, we have openings, okay? When you do have someone, you put their picture, you write a little story about them and their team name. People relate to people. So they're like, oh, I'm a hair designer too, just like Kathy with Michelle. Okay. Then you have the new manager bonus. Even if you have nobody, you put it there. Then you welcome all your new consultants, okay? Now you could, again, put other gifts in there. So you put their name, maybe you put the name of your team growers in there and a picture, okay? I always believe in a fast start sponsoring program. I don't rely on Jafra for anything that I need to happen. So I always believe in anybody who joins with a buddy in their first month. That's my biggest reco. So I always had that in every newsletter since I joined. So again, you could add that. You could have the JVU graduates. Do you have that in there and make it a big deal? And they come on Zoom with their graduation cap. You could mail them a certificate because they're in JVU. You can print it and send it to them and even make a backdrop for them. Your VIP club members and those who are getting close, right? This is all of the different things. You could have the gifts that Jafra has in there for any other items in the month, okay? Free shipping to whatever. You'll see we have more. So this is your central branch. Monthly team achievers. You must have categories, okay? I just made this up. So this could be those with 400 to 599, 600 to 799, 800 to 999. Look at your results. If these are too high, start low. You can't go here and have no one achieving it. Start at 200 if your branch has lower sales in your consultants. It's okay. Then free shipping. So these are called bronze, silver, and gold. And then we have it with QNCs, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 is the manager, 1,000 is free shipping. Then you always list the top 1, 2, 3. Some of you don't do categories, you just list the best. So it's up to you, but they do get a gift at each level. You decide what the gift is. When you do and get, you get much better results. I promise you. If it's only, you just list them and only 1, 2, and 3 get a gift, that's up to you, but I don't care. You know what? I took my team from 4,000 to 14,000 in 90 days by doing this. So again, you decide. But you do the top 3 in sales, top 3 in sponsoring. And here's my favorite. I loved beat your manager. Anytime someone beat me, they got a gift. That was super cool. I beat my manager, ask me how. Okay. So I made buttons, whatever. So I always have my name, as you should, in all that you do. If they do both, they do bronze, silver, or gold, or even more, the platinum, at 2 levels, sales and sponsoring, they get a royal jelly product. It's a queen bee gift, okay? Or I love all of Ashley's items. She's got really cool royal jelly items that her friend makes. You could use that as well, okay? Then you list any monthly gift earners that Jafra has. Then you also can do, if you do the point system, number of conversations, they did a wave from the regional, they had the highest party of the month. You can do any additional types of things in other campaigns or challenges. You have your spotlight person of the month, spotlight one person. Even if it's a wholesale membership, who cares? Spotlight her. I want to spotlight you this month. Put her name, her photo, a little bit about her. She'll hang it on her fridge. She'll post it on her Facebook. Okay. How about their Jafra birthdays? I love to do birthdays of clients, anniversaries with consultants and leaders for Jafra. It's like their Jafra birthday. Okay. Call them all that month. Send them a gift, treat them to a cup of coffee at Starbucks, whatever. Do something really cool. Okay. And then who's going to convention? And then again, I love seeing a message from the leader. Think of the action brochure. The front cover was from the CEO, the president. You're the president. So your picture, something about your summer, and a little story about you, your life, and why you love Jafra for the month. It's a seasonal message, right? So I'm going to do this, then I'm going to stop because I've been yakking too much. But district recognition. So district recognition is similar. If you don't have this for your leaders, they just do what they do, okay? So these are ideas. This isn't what my newsletter would look like. I just put ideas into a document. So here we go. Number of orders goals for the district, for each branch, okay? Here's all the district results, contests, winners of things, from their sales to the percentage of orders goal to the goal of our region, just like we do with of their district, like we do with the region, the new consultant goals, the promotion goals. This is of your district now, you plus all your leaders. Then what's your new goals for the month? Selling, sponsoring, promoting. Then you do early birds. I love doing early bird leaders, those who do 2,000 in their branch and or 2 branch QNCs by the 19th. We create the sponsoring culture by what we recognize, okay? So you could do maintenance by Green by 19, whatever you want to do, but I always have sales and sponsoring in all we do. Then we welcome the new managers. Congratulations on the promoting managers. You can give Jafra has their moving up bonuses, put pictures of it there, even if no one's getting it. They're learning comp plan in your newsletter, in your recognition, okay? New manager bonus earners, again, in the whole district. New branch promoters who earn their $100, the quarterly bonus trackers like we do. And then you have district sales levels. Again, you got to start and meet them where they are. You can bump this up every 3 to 6 months, but you got to meet your team where they are. So I did a low one. They get recognition and a gift for $2,500, $3,000, $3,500. Sponsoring could be 1, 2, or 3, okay? And again, when they do both, they get a royal gift. This could be some of the Jafra Royal, the B stuff, whatever you find that you like, okay? Then you go to personal models. I do want to celebrate leaders who work. So I have 500, 1,000, and 1,500. Make up what you want for your leaders. Also, when they have 1, 2, or 3 QNCs. This could be treats. This could be a $5 cash bonus. This could be nothing. You do it your way, because you never want to spend more than 20% of your income back on your recognition. And that includes shipping. So you got to be very smart when you see clearance items, deals. I don't know if you all use this app, but there's a fantastic app. It's very cheap. Everybody's using it in direct sales. And I use it. It's called Temu, T-E-M-U. Okay. So very, very inexpensive, $1 to $3 items. I just ordered like $100 worth of stuff, just got them all, and they're fabulous. Okay. So then we go to how many VIPs do they have? We do that for you, but you can see it in your reports or get it from them. So you're listing the VIP influencers. How many of you had gift earners in your branches? So you're listing all those leaders. And then what's their leader anniversary? When did they start as a manager, not just starting Jafra, okay? So those are all the many categories. I'm gonna come back to y'all because I'm gonna take a brain break because, oh my God, I'm dead. But is there any other categories you're missing, that we're missing, or anything else you add to that? And then I'm gonna show you some examples from our lovely leaders who sent theirs in. Any other categories we're missing? Okay, I gave you an encyclopedia. So did that on purpose. It really is everything, and you could probably find more. But I'm going to go back and show you. Go ahead, Pat, before I move to examples.
Okay, I just thought of something that we used to put on, but haven't done it recently. But the attending, I used to give points for attending meetings, attending, any of the training. So they got weekly points for that, and then had drawings for it. And I had a point system.
That's weekly.
Oh, okay.
No, you're so good. I know it. I like it. So you're right on. So I showed you month end of your district and your branch. Okay. I didn't do clients, by the way. We can do that on a Marketing Monday. So speaking of beautiful Pat, here's Pat, okay? So Pat doesn't, now remember, there's different formats. You can use Canva, you can do Adobe Express, where you got a video and all things posting. I love that. You can do a newsletter, you can do an email. So I'm going to show you 3 versions today from Diana, from Pat, and from Cheryl Sykes, who sent theirs in, which we appreciate. So here's what Pat is currently doing. She is doing a quick newsletter because I know she mails some to her team because they don't necessarily do email. Nothing wrong with mailing and emailing the document. And I know she posted on her Facebook page, all of those things. So it's used in multiple ways. So Pat recognizes her district sales, excuse me. Then she does her branch, and look at, she's got herself there. Yay, love that. And then she has her levels. There's the Gold B Club from 500 to 1,000. There's the Silver B, VIPs are coming VIPs, and the Bronze, those again, who are, I'm not sure about that, 300 or more, I'm not sure. And so, yes, 300 or more, 200, 300. So she has that level, again, just to even say thank you. Then you've got those who placed orders. Again, a congratulations and or a drawing. You've got the newbies, so everything for her is about the bee. I love it. Then she does her district sponsoring. She's recognizing her managers, her district sales results, and their district sponsoring, okay? So she's also putting district and branch together. There is no right and wrong. We just gave you the encyclopedia of what you could do because you can never have too much recognition. You can't, okay? So again, then you can do, she recognized her top branches in her district. I love it, with their team sales. Then she recognized Hawaii trip and with a little theme to go. She also does weekly, she does fun challenges. This was cool. She shared on a leader meeting. She had a vase with numbers attached to flowers. And when they placed an order, they could pick a flower to win a prize. So number 1 was like body care, skincare, blah, blah, blah. So just something really fun, and they picked it and then they got a prize, okay? So again, she's doing fun challenges plus her standard. So think about it. If I only did this when the month was over, I didn't influence anything. But I would call every week and I would say, oh my gosh, congratulations. You're in the worker B recognition, Ronnie, with 176. You're just, 124 away from hitting the Bronze B Club at 300. So how can I help you get there this week? Let's come up with some ideas. Then she gets there. So the next week, I'm like, you made the Bronze B Club. You are just now $100 away from getting to that 400, becoming a VIP. How can I help you get to the silver level this week? Same with your leaders, okay? She's doing the top 1, 2, 3, but we could, again, break that into more sales levels, okay? So again, when you have levels for them to grow to, if you don't do it weekly, the month's over, you didn't influence it. So sending weekly updates, weekly calls, weekly help you get to the next level is key. Pictures are also important. Having picture boards of all your leaders in every newsletter. I've seen Vicki do that with her Hive, right? So I love that. Putting their pictures, they love that. And people relate to your team. They feel like they know your team, even though you may have not ever met them. So I'm going to encourage you all to make a district board, to make a VIP picture board. We do a lot of pictures in recognition because it matters. So we wanted to bring some successive pictures. So I love Pat's newsletter. I love her fun challenges. She is so creative and I love that. So have fun. Think of the themes. This month was waves. What could you have done with waves, or what could you still do about water, or something fun about waves in the ocean, or swimsuits, right? So now we go to pictures. This is what Jackie did. We were just pulling out different ideas. She did the top 10 in team volume. So these are her leaders who had the top volume in sales, and they have their picture with it, okay? So she did quick shouts. From that team success, she went into each leader success. Then she spotlighted the highest premier level. Remember the first page, it said one big new premier. which is a high level, like an ambassador. So she honored her, okay, in a simple way. Then she broke down the honor board like you all do, and we do in the region. And that is shouting out the highest volume achievers. And this is what I mean. If it's empty, we have openings, room for you. Okay, so that's that difference of not taking it away, but putting a box there. Then she did all the $1,000, okay? So she's just putting all the names in the shout out board. Then she went from the leaders to the consultants. So think of adding this, okay? And you could add the pictures of the top sellers. Like we do when we do the national sellers, we have the pictures. When we have new managers, we have their pictures, right? Even sometimes the requalifiers if we can find them. So again, this is showing tops in personal volume, okay? So, sorry, I did it backwards, but 1 through 20. So she did a little bit more because she had more people, okay? That takes us to, I love this. This is done on Canva by beautiful Diana Driggs here. And she has, again, her contact info, which I love, at the top of your newsletter. She then has her picture, which I love, okay? Then she's got the congratulations to the top sellers, okay? Then she has the top sponsoring, beautiful. Balance of both in a quick picture board. Then you go over here and she talks about the VIPs, a little bit of where they go, used some of Jafra's pictures, so it stayed, vibrant to look at. And then she talked about who had $400 orders or more. She listed everyone so that they could see they could go to VIP. So this is really smart the way she did this. Then consultants on their way right here, okay? So that means they're moving more. They've gone past just the month, they're doing more, and pre-VIPs. And then those again, so these are all those consultants, place your order for retail in May. So she's just constantly keeping VIP in front of those consultants. And she's always marketing her Facebook page, and that's a live link when she sends it. Super smart. You want to get your team there, okay? So then it takes it to the welcome new consultants. What a great way to do this. So she's got all of the new consultants' names in her district again, and she talks about, some of the top things that, again, Jafra has for May sponsoring in there, okay? So she did April RECO, but she now has a little newsletter past her recognition, and she's doing shout outs on what Jafra has going on for sponsoring. She welcomes new consultants and then says, but wait, here's what's on the table when you sponsor, okay? And she's got it all, 11%, raffle tickets, everything that Jafra has besides her, okay? Then she has her important information, just top notes from her that she wants them to know. So again, it's all of her details for her team and things they might want to know with live links. So her digital brochures are ready to go. Okay, so she's got some instructions and just simple reminders. So again, done in Canva, done very well, makes you want to look at it, right? It's pretty and attractive. Vicki also does one too. I just grabbed different people's. There's no right and wrong. You do you, okay? So this is Vicki. She celebrates all of her top retail. She does a huge, there's the anniversary board, okay? And then she again has more down here with her VIPs, when they became a VIP. So she's not just listing. This was kind of unique and why I shouted out a couple things. Here's that anniversary, but she's also celebrating how long they've been a VIP. I thought that was a pretty cool addition. Okay, and she's got her picture there, etc. Okay, then we go to, this is now Natalie McGilbert. Okay, I'm going to finish that. I'm going to be done talking. Then I'll come back to y'all if you want to talk. And if you don't, it's okay, because I get it. It's been a long time, but we didn't want to stop. So let me take you here. This is that letter. Natalie does this in her newsletter. Natalie is the daughter of Beatrice Wybota, who passed away, and Natalie inherited her district. So Natalie does what her mom did, which is she opens every newsletter or recognition letter with a note from her, a personal note, okay? I'm talking her into putting her picture here, but it just talks about her and her personal life. You need to be relatable. They need to know you. So without it, they don't know much about you. So she gives them a little story, a little inspiration, okay? So this is what she's doing as a new director. And I'm not going to read it all, but I know sometimes you want to see ideas. Okay. So this is in her newsletter, but this is what she's going to do and add to her newsletter now that she's acclimated as a director. She is picking for her district leaders. She gave them, because we looked at her report, 4 different categories of sales, and she just gives them cash. She Venmos everybody money. Okay. Then she's doing QNCs. She's doing money. Okay, this is for all of her leaders' district recognition. If they're, and then she'll always recognize number 1, 2, 3, and she's going to always recognize the number of VIPs in their team. Okay, this is her mock-up, getting ready to do it. Every time someone promotes, they promote a branch in her district, she gives them a $50 bonus, and they only get 1 per person ever. Okay, that's new or requalified during that year. Then she gives branch bonus boxes. So when they do sales and sponsoring as a leader of a level, the platinum, let's say they do platinum 6,005, they get a $100 gift box. If they do gold at 5,004, they get $75 gift box. This she mails 50 for the other 2 levels, okay? Or a mix of the other 2. I haven't done this much recording in so long, forgive me. Sorry. And I don't mean to talk the whole time, but because we wanted to get this out to you and not make another meeting, we did, so forgive me. All right, she also does a cash drawing. So every single month she wants to give cash. Now she's a director making thousands a month. Remember why she can, okay? That's different. So you can't duplicate this. You meet it at your level of what you make and what they do, so you're not making it too hard. So she does a ticket for each $1,000 in your central branch, 5 tickets per VIP, 10 tickets for every QNC when the district goals are met. It's not given if they're not met, okay? And then she puts her goals. And then she'll list other gifts that managers will be earning, the new manager bonus, promoting manager, blah, blah, blah. But she wanted her own, and then she'll add Jafra's out of the leadership guide to it. This was for her consultants. She did the 3 levels, she just wanted 3. She'll recognize the top 3. Anybody who promotes gets a $50 bonus as well from her, 1 per year. And she has bonus boxes that she will ship for anybody who does both gold, both silver, and then both bronze, okay? That is product, inventory, tools, whatever she wants to send. She will also do a $100 giveaway for referrals, VIP or 400, their sales, and the QNC or give a referral when those goals are met. And then she'll post all the pictures of the Jafra gift achievers of the month, okay? So she took sort of that newsletter and then vamped it down into this, and then she'll add Jafra's to it, okay? So, and she just does all of this. She's always showing in her newsletter, you know, what the team did from branch to every single leader. I didn't need that one, so, because she's changing it. But this is Pat's beautiful brain. So then there's weekly, and you all are brilliant at this. And again, we'll bring this back in a leader meeting in bite-sized chews. We wanted to do a special edition when you hit mid-year because you get a new beginning, which I love. So these are some things you can do: weekly points, weekly recognition, weekly beauty bucks on, attending a meeting, like Pat said, bringing guests to a joy meeting or any meeting, filling out the 66 convos. Right now, you could be doing that weekly with 18, 17, 16, and 15. Soon it will go to 67. And anytime they have that number, they get a point or a gift. If they achieve their weekly goals, I love this sheet, the weekly goal sheet. And if they filled out their goals for the month and they break it down weekly and they achieve the goals, again, they get more points, tickets, or beauty bucks. Early birds, again, something we talked about. Graduation, make that a big deal. That's really cool when they go through JVU and they share what they learned. We spent years putting that training together. It's still good today. And then if they achieved any of the regional challenges, acknowledge that, right? So again, I'm going to end with Cheryl's. So Cheryl does it all in an email. Okay. She is completely email driven. She does it every Monday, to what Pat was talking about. So she tries to catch them as she can, recognition, which I love. She will do that by text. So if she sees something, she text reports every day. She sees something, she messages them instantly. She's a catch them as I can type RECO person. And then this goes out every Monday. So she celebrates those who order and stay active. She celebrates those who reactivate and are back to letter A. She has a very high activation rate. She's like over 60, if I'm not mistaken. 65% is active. That's huge, by the way. But this is why, okay? And then when they're halfway to being SNC consultant, don't know what that is, senior type consultant with sponsoring. I think that's with 1 or 2 sponsors. When they're getting close to being a VIP, she does do this in her newsletter. V is for they had 401 month, kind of like Diana was doing. V1 is when they've gone 2 months. Then there's 3 months, and then there's full VIP. Okay, so she does break it down in categories, similar to what you see Diana doing with her chart. And she, again, when they achieve a Jafra gift that week, any sponsoring that week, anything she catches them doing goes in the weekly celebration news, okay? And then she does the texting as well. Okay, so every 4 months, okay, so 3 times a year, she recognizes the sharing and caring consultants, those who have ordered in 2 out of the 4 months. Okay, so she breaks this down January, February, March, April. Now she's in May, June, July, August. And if they've done quad sales and sponsoring levels, she calls them Lady, Princess, and Queen Bee. Okay, so there's that. Then we've got the auction. She does an auction with Beauty Bucks, and she has that auction every 4 months. And they use that, they come on Zoom, and she might be able to do live in some local and then run Zoom in the background. And they do, they buy sales and building, building products and supplies or products that help them. They bid and they use their Beauty Bucks. Okay, so her email, again, I'm not here to read it all, but it looks like an email. She's got her face on the top. She takes our campaign. Denise, her manager who promoted, really used the clouds. Like I saw no one do in the US. Techie was close, our other new manager, but they're really using these challenges, and it's making them managers, really, 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 truly. So they're doing that, the 30 faces, and they're going to manager without working so hard at the thought of becoming a manager or having to sponsor. They're doing the activities and getting there. So, excuse me, she takes our theme and she turns it into her story. So she talked about Dare to Dream, talks a little bit about thanking them, loving them, blah, 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 blah. So she's personal like Natalie had. Then she congratulates those who took the challenge like Denise, does a little bit of a story about her goals and results of the team, so on and so forth. So she does a little bit. Again, you can read this later. I just built you a deck to just ponder what you're saying or doing. And then she does the Jafra Beauty auction, again, which was held last week for those 4 months, okay? So she just talks a little bit about that. Then she talks about some of the announcements, and then she goes into some congratulations. So what you see here, the busy bees with the year-over-year growth. So she's tracking growth of the consultants. What did they do last year? What are they doing this year? So she's big on growth, which I think is kind of cool. And then she talks about seeing their names and how to go find to get growth over next year. That's a lot of consultants growing, and Cheryl's having a great year with most sponsoring, sales growth, activity, and new leaders as ever. So I think the focus as well makes a big difference. And then she does little tips in there. Then she puts Jafra's campaigns or any slides she might like from our regional bundle. She'll put that in there with just a little thought, okay? Then she goes to the best for May, welcoming all the May newbies, as well as we saw in everybody's recognition. She recognizes the top 3 from the sponsoring to the sellers. So she does sales and sponsoring as an and or. And so you can see who's hit those categories, okay? And then she lists everybody. So you can see those categories she talked about: queens, princess, and lady. Okay, almost done, almost done. Then she goes to the April Busy Bee. She talks about, which is again, the district results. So she had branch, and now she's doing the district results, okay? Then she puts Jafra's reminders of what's going on, like you saw in Diana's in there. And then she talks about as well, here's your weekly, how to be entered into weekly drawings, what Pat was talking about. So anybody who placed orders this week, again, and who is the winner, okay? So she's listing this every single week. Then she's got the VIP listings, the V1, again, those who are in their last month, they're pre-VIPs. She's got those listed, and those who are on their way to even pre-VIP, might be month 1 or 2, okay? Month 2 this month. So all of that's in her email, as well as, this is more to her list, and then she does those who are new consultants who have already done a month towards VIP. So she's keeping what we used to call the Welcome to Jafra alive, but the focus is month 1, 2, 3, and 4 to VIP, okay? So you will see that there too. I would have a Welcome to Jafra. I'm just gonna be super straight honest. If Jafra doesn't have it, you gotta have it. I believe in a 4-month program, 4 months of 404 people, keeping it simple, 401, 401. That's what a launch party is all about. And I would make up my own when they do month 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so think about that. I'm just giving a tip. And she does the beauty box. Okay, and so she has fun with that, and she does her auction. She just did it in April. She's going to do it again in September. Okay, maybe we'll have her on how she does her auction, because I can't talk anymore. Oh, she has more. She has more. Okay, here we go. Then she just does the reminders of team times, opportunities, everything Jafra has, from regional to hers to national to beauty insiders to personal developments, what's in Jafra Biz that they might want to learn. And then she has the this and that corner, which is the rest of all the events going on. And then she ends with, now what's our goal for May? She has everything there: team sales, team sponsoring, team number of VIPs, etc. So all things that were listed. And she invites everyone. She said, I'm looking for leaders. Think of earning all of this, okay? So she does that. And again, she has clicks ready to go right to the Facebook groups, the opportunity video, and all the brochures like you saw Diana. So again, all that's in there. Holy buckets, holy buckets. You can see this could be a half-day retreat, right? So this is brainstorming. We'll keep working on this as we move forward. But many of you always say, oh my gosh, I don't know ideas. I give you a new one today, TEMU. We'll share more along the way. But again, it can be all sorts of things. We brought this out last year. We took a poll of what you're all using. Here you have it. There's all sorts of cool things. Diana Driggs makes really cool things. You can buy subscriptions to things. You could buy a Belinda Ellsworth subscription. You know, Ashley Bell's always posting some cool things. Amazon's got cool things. You could use the Jafra clearance items. So keep it low, keep it easy, but everybody does love opening a package. So I'm not just all about cash, which is lovely. And I do love that. I know Vicky Hacking does cash and Amazon cards and all that Starbucks stuff. But once in a while, those, like when Natalie talked about it, she's going to just do the beauty boxes, and they could have some cool things in here. So when you see neat things, leaders, all I'm going to do is say share it. I know I see Ashley sharing on her Facebook page, but you got a leaders group in WhatsApp. That's where everything's at. Use that to share things you find. Share your newsletters. I did all of this because if I had one person share, it could take an hour, but we want to hear from you. So forgive me for doing a walk and talk hour. I don't want to do it that way. We like it to be engaging, which is we'll do some of this at our leader meeting. But if you do it in WhatsApp, or you make a video and tell us, go video in WhatsApp, okay? Tell us some ideas. Tell us where you're getting gifts. That is your share group to help us all be better. Don't rely on just Jackie and I. If you got a topic you want to train on, tell us. If you want to be on Monday, you want to be in a leader session, people are chosen because they come to us. And, you know, like you've heard Gina do her beauty bingo. because she's like, do you want me to share it? Of course I do. So I end with this. This is national recognition. Do not ever forget about it. It's always in recognition on Jafra Biz. These are some of the training topics you want at your monthly or weekly meetings. You know, we have ours, but you have to have your own group gathering where you do live recognition, you do training topics. Have at least a monthly district and or a monthly branch workshop, please, because you can give live on Zoom recognition, etc. If you've got a coaching group, that's the weekly recognition, right? But don't forget what Jafra has. It's like everybody forgets the National RECO. And really, these are the 4 things that we know grow the business. So you want to train to it and recognize to it as well. You don't need to know where they're ranking. We're not here to give you data, but it is what's going on. How cool would it be when you're at a national conference and one of your consultants earned one of the national gifts? We're talking $1,000, right? So I'm just saying, sometimes we have 500, there's all sorts of levels, but this is what matters. When they're on stage, you couldn't be any prouder. So I believe that ends all is my live power hour of all research I did for all y'all. So I thank you all for submitting. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Pat. Oh my gosh, thank you for, God bless you all for staying with me for over 2 hours. But we wanted to get this out in a season for a new reason, to take a new look at your RECO. So I'm willing to stay a minute. Is there anything else anybody wants to add to, comment to, or ask?
Comment on the fact that you have been going, your laryngitis might kick in tomorrow, but there's 8 that stayed and 8 is great. So
I love that. I love that. Thank you. And I knew I'd just do a recording, so I didn't expect anyone to stay. So I love you and I appreciate that. Thank you. Okay, anyone else?
Great news. Great news.
Great. It's just a brain thought, right? So go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How can we know? I saw where someone has top in website orders. How can we track that? Can we?
When you go into your reports,
Okay.
which report is it called? The activity, branch activity? Is it that one with the last column?
That makes the big round circle?
No, you have to go to
No,
Jafra B's My Account. on
my
top
account, right.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And then
And-
on the left column, you
Right.
will have orders, and then it says something else like
It's on the right. I think it's on the right side, Dana, where you go and you look at my account and
My
you
account's
pull
on the
down to
right.
orders. Orders and
My
payment.
account's on right top, and then you go into, once it opens, the page goes to the left column, and then you have like payments process or order process, and then click in there, open your orders, and then you have another file there that says website orders. Now, for a while, I haven't checked lately, but we were having issues with showing those websites, but I think it was fixed. I don't know. I'm not on top of what is now currently.
And I'm
so,
able to check other people in my branch there?
so what I was talking about is
Yes.
if you go to reports
Okay.
and you click on, I think it's the branch activity, the far right column of your branch orders for the month. It's down further. It's like central branch orders. If you go to the right, it says website order.
Great.
Okay. So you may not know the exact number. Here's my point to that. I didn't say go find all their RECO, but I would train to it and ask them to do what Diana and
Tell
Pat
us.
just did. Tell me
Right.
how many you have, but you can see, so you could do a shout out who's getting website orders from the report I'm talking about, as well as involve them the way that they talked about. So both are absolutely useful ways to find that data for some weekly RECO if you're coaching, or in your monthly if you want to gravitate to that. But again, they're great topics. And it doesn't mean we have reports to align to all of that yet, because the first drive we have to grow forward is change this back office software. That's what's coming. Okay. So you'll see some of that coming soon. But at the end of the day, it's a great question, but really look at the reports you have. Buried in those reports is a ton of recognition. I'm going to use Cheryl's mantra. Catch them doing as much as you can, right? So find something good, send a quick minute video. Oh my gosh, I saw you ordered yesterday, Pat. Thank you so much for using Jafra. And just let me know if you ever want to learn how to share Jafra with your free website. And we do free email subscriptions for you. If you'd like to do more, you could probably never pay for the Jafra you're buying, right? So it's
Right.
like catch them as you can. So really those reports, I know some people shy away from reports, and I'm like a reportaholic, because that's where success is catching people doing things right. Call and sing happy birthday in a video when it's their Jafra birthday. So, you know, think of all the ways that the more they see you, the more they know your voice. My favorite thing is when you go somewhere, and I remember I was a new regional and I did dial, you know, call multiplier. And I remember like husbands at conventions, like, oh, there's Jackie. She's in our house every single day, right? And I'm like, okay, but they knew who I was. And I want their kids to know me. I want people to know Jackie Jafra. And I mean you, not me. But that's the point. It's really, especially because a lot of times it's positivity, or I don't want you to miss this. So nothing like you got to order so I can get my minimums in. That's babysitting and micromanaging. This is building and celebrating and joyful from your heart and appreciation. So I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone.
My grandchildren, when they come in from school, they say, that's Miss Jackie.
I'm always in somebody's house, always. So, and many times my welcome mat's extended over like today. But at the end of the day, again, every card you send, you all do a great job at this. Keep doing it. Mail those cards. I mean, I know we write tons of cards and little mini silly packages every week, but people, you go to their home. I remember Marcella Brown, I went out to North Dakota. She's been in Jafra forever, right? And I'm a regional, I just got that territory. I go to her house and her and Paul are sitting in their kitchen. And here's this whole basket in the center of her dining room table with all the cards I wrote, postcards, little widgets and gadgets. You go to your consultant's home and you're on their refrigerator. It matters. It starts with the quotes we started with today. So, you know, share what you find, share what you make. I know Diana does a great job on that. I believe in printing the leader guide as a gift when they qualify. I believe in the compensation plan guide. Print is expensive, but the best gift you can give them is some of these guides so they're in front of them, and then use Jafra tools that all of our beautiful folks make, right? So I love that. So I thank you for today. I do have to go, but I just value and appreciate it. And I hope it just helps you think differently about the next 6 months of the year. So thank you again for sharing and staying.
Thank you, Jackie.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Having you